A very good morning to you and welcome to The Brief. Here from the Newsfirst Centre in Colombo, I'm Nicola De Souza. Here's a look at your trending stories for today. The police say they have completed recording statements with regard to the incident of the death of a youth by police fire in Divulapitia. Police media spokesperson SSP Ajit Rohan said that further investigations will be carried out once the statements have been submitted to court.
The deceased has been identified as 19-year-old SM Kalum Subasinghe of Barawa Villa, Divulapitia. It was reported that the deceased had engaged in an argument with an individual at the Barawa Villa junction in Divulapitia while returning home from a wedding reception he had attended with his elder brother. Two officers of the traffic division of the Divulapitia police had arrived at the location, following which the shooting had occurred. A Newsfirst reporter submitted footage of the incident to us. The police media spokesperson said yesterday that the youth was shot while he was fleeing after stabbing a person with a sharp weapon. He added that the suspect had also injured police officers in his attempt to flee.
He went for a colleague's wedding. He went to the hotel with his elder brother. By the time I got the news, it had all happened.
The police sergeant says that if he did not use force, the constable would have had to face a worse situation with a second knife attack. He had fired in order to prevent such a situation. We will submit this evidence in court. Future action will be taken accordingly. If the police officers had carried out their duties well at this instance, no action will be taken against them. However, if they have violated the law, then steps will be taken to interdict them or take similar action.
The Ministry of Defence and Urban Development says that information has come to light with regard to a group of individuals scheming to act in a way that threatens national intelligence services using parliamentary privileges. Director of the Media Centre of the Ministry of Defence and Urban Development, Brigadier Ruan Wanigo Surya, made this revelation at a media briefing convened today.
All of us feel that the void that was left behind by these 21 individuals has not been filled as yet. At present, persons who are using parliamentary privileges to once again reveal the identities of these persons who work very effectively are not doing so to reveal these names to the country, but for the international community. I do not know. I recently saw in the papers that Sri Lanka is one of the key exporters of cinnamon. It was reported that Sri Lanka supplies 80% of the world's cinnamon requirement. Are there any other questions? No, I was answering that gentleman's question. Information indicates that a person who strongly criticized the Millennium City incident is also involved. That is a cause for disappointment.
In London yesterday, staff of the BBC were joined by news organisations in a silent protest outside the new broadcasting house in London. 3 Al Jazeera journalists who were detained in Egypt for several months on charges of reporting false news were sentenced yesterday to up to 10 years in prison.
Al Jazeera journalists Mohammed Fahmy and Bahang Mohammed were sentenced to 10 years in prison, while correspondent Peter Gastre was sentenced to 7 years in prison. The trio had denied the charges and are expected to appeal. Al Jazeera, which is based in Qatar, was banned from operating inside Egypt after being accused of broadcasting reports sympathetic to former President Mohamed Morsi and the Muslim Brotherhood. Al Jazeera has consistently denied the allegations. 11 defendants tried in absentia including 3 foreign journalists, received 10-year sentences. 2 of the journalists convicted in absentia are British.
An Indian court issued an arrest warrant against national cricket team captain Mahendra Singh Dhoni today for allegedly hurting the sentiments of Hindus.
The case was filed last year against a 32-year-old after the cover of an Indian magazine carried a picture of him portrayed as a Hindu god. The bailable warrant was issued after Dhoni failed to appear before the court despite 3 summons. The next date of the hearing has been set for the 16th of July. Dhoni is currently touring with the Indian squad in England, where the team will play 5 test matches, 5 one-day internationals and 1 T20 international.
And that's a wrap of this edition of The Brief. Remember to leave a like and subscribe. The Newsfirst team, I'm Nicola D'Souza, reminding you to stay brief.